In this demonstration, I'm going to show you first of all how to access your Sandbox course. Then I'm going to show you how to add a label as well as pictures within a label, and then how to look and navigate your course, especially as a teacher. And so I'm in this Sandbox activity, and I'm going to go ahead, click here, and what you need to do now is click on your name. You are the teacher of these courses, so you'll be able to edit them. I'm going to go ahead and log in as a demo student. And this is a pretty blank course. On the left and right of this course, you have something called blocks. The people blocks is essentially all of the participants of your course, whether they be students or teachers. Right now, you will only see you listed as a teacher. Then the activities will be all of the activities of your course. Right now, there's only one forum, and this is by default. It's called a news forum. And the news forum is only used by teachers to announce information. So if I were to announce something in this course, students can't reply, you can't discuss it. It's just kind of a one-way information to the students. You can search your forums for certain information. Then this is your administration block. You have some settings that you can access, where course start dates, enrollment passwords, and some other information. Grades is essentially where your grade book is if you want to give students feedback. And by the way, I do grade you in the Facilitating Online Learning course, and I also give feedback within the grade book. So please be sure to look at that as a student. Groups, you can create groups. We're not going to create any at this point. I can back up my course. I wouldn't touch the restore and import without further instruction. Reset is really nice. So at the end of a semester, at the beginning of a new semester, I can essentially eliminate all of the previous student information and reset it so it's like day one. And then you have a file manager too. And if I go into the file manager, I added that earlier. Delete, 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 delete. Yes. Okay, so I can create new, basically it's a file management. So let's say for this unit, I'm going to, everything is going to be separated by units. So I can create a folder called Unit 1. Within that folder, I could create another folder called Images. So right now you don't really probably understand this, but this is where you're going to keep the content. So I could create another folder called Unit 2. And you know what? I'm just going to create something called Images within here, because you're going to see a demonstration of how that's going to all work. All right, so I have a Unit 1, Unit 2, and an Images. So as I upload PDFs and Word docs and PowerPoints, which really I don't want you to do any of those things, but you could be inserting them into this. So it's like its own file management system. I'm going to go back. And I think for now that's probably good enough. And let's get right into how you edit your course. So you go up to the right-hand side and you turn editing on. And immediately when I do that, I see access to some new things. I can add resources, or I can add activities. And resources are generally things that I am publishing out to students. Like for instance, readings. I'm going to have you read something. Well, I've created a web page where I've added my readings, I've added possibly some videos, so on and so forth. But activities are things that you plan on your students interacting with Moodle. So it might be a discussion forum, a chat, or assignments, and we'll go over these in depth later. But what I want you to do for now, to finish this activity is I want you to first name your course. And so right here, oh wait, one more thing. When you create content, whether it be web pages or activities, you have these buttons available to you. And this one here is called the Move button. It moves it up and down. This one will allow you to indent. This is important. Recognize this. This is the edit. So anytime you want to edit a button, you can do it here. If you want to get rid of something, you can just delete it. I can also hide things. So hiding this, I see this as a teacher, but when I go to my student view, I no longer see it because it's hidden. So you can hide things, turn things on and off within Moodle. And then this is for groups, and we're not going to go over that today. But what I'd like you to do is start with this topic. These are called topics. This is my 0 topic, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I think of topics like chapters in the textbook. Okay, you have chapter 1, unit 1, chapter 2, unit 2. I would strongly encourage you not to use the phrase chapters and be more generic. So if I have a chapter 3 is about volcanoes, I'm not going to say chapter 3 volcanoes, I'm going to say volcanoes, or it might be unit 3. It's up to you. The 0 topic is where you contain all of that important stuff about your course. It might be your syllabus, it might be your help desk, it might be how students can contact you. But within each topic, you can access or edit the name, I guess. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to first name my course. I'm going to click up here, and I'm going to say, even though I'm not a math teacher, I'm going to say Mrs. Hagna's 6th grade science. And right now it's at 14. I might make that 18. It's bolded, maybe I'll underline it, and I'm going to go save changes. And so this is all I've done, is I've just kind of named my course. If I go back to the Facilitating Online Learning course, this is what this is. I've just essentially named the course and given some information. Labels is a great way for you to separate information. For instance, you might have subtopics. When you look at the Facilitating Online Learning course, this all is topic 0, and I have labels that separate the information, okay? So that's just a little FYI for you. For instance, in Unit 1, I have Step 1 is reading and research. This is a label. This is a label. This is a label. So what I want you to do now is I want you to go ahead and insert a label on topic 1 with the topic or subject that you are going to build your Moodle unit on. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say insert a label, and I'm going to name it volcanoes. I'm going to make it a little bigger, 14, maybe underline. And I also want to add a picture. If you look at my courses, I've added picture. This was a labeled picture. And I always like pictures to help students kind of see what's coming up or try to connect to what's coming up. And so I've already copied and downloaded a picture to my desktop. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go insert image. Now remember when I named those units, see I have access to them. Here, it's kind of my file management system. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to browse to my picture. And here's the one I want. It's called Volcano Eruption. And then I upload it. But I don't want to upload it here. I want to go into images. Oh, no, I have to do it over. You go into the folder, then you browse, and then you upload. Okay? So if I were to go outside, I can see, oh, here's my images, and now here is my volcano eruption. I go ahead and select that, and I'm going to give it a right alignment. And then I'll show you what the right alignment does. The last thing is you need to make sure you have an alternative text, and that is for screen readers. Picture. And I'm going to click OK. Now, first of all, I recognize that this picture is pretty big, but because this screen is so small, I can't really see it totally. But here's a really nice little button. It's called an enlarge editor, and it'll pop it out into like a full screen, so I don't have all that other stuff. If I'm in Firefox, I can edit my picture and make it a little bit smaller. You want to be very careful about having huge pictures, especially in the main part of your course, because it's going to look really clunky and chunky, and so you want to make sure you're editing your pictures. All right, once I'm done, you can also put here if you wanted to. We will learn about volcanoes in this unit. Now, I'm hoping that you are going to have something a little bit nicer than that, like maybe course objectives, unit objectives, so on and so forth. But that will be in a future lesson, so you don't have to be too specific. Right now, it's just I want volcanoes, I want maybe a picture, and that should be good. Once I'm done with it, I can then go, I want to minimize the editor, and then I can go save and return to course. And so far, what I have is I've named my course, and I've also added a label with a picture. If I want to see this, like for what students see it as, I go ahead and I'm going to go, I want to switch the role as a student, and boom, now I can see what my start of my course looks like. And all of my activities and other resources will be aligned with this picture. And that's it.